In the shadow of the Ashkeeper Peaks, where sunlight strikes the broken earth and the calamity left its wounds to fester, there lies a kingdom built on memory. To most of Exandria, the Krynn Dynasty was unknown until a century ago, its people hidden beneath the jagged surface of Xhorhas, its cities cloaked in magic, its purpose misunderstood. But in the darkness below, something sacred stirred, a force forgotten by time, a power buried and waiting to rise. That power is the Luxon. From the ruins of ancient betrayal and godless war, a new empire has emerged, formed not by conquest, but by rebirth. Guided by the light of the Luxon, the drow of the Kryn cast off the chains of their old gods, rose from the Underdark, and built a society rooted in belief, rebirth, and self-discovery. The drow of Xhorhas were the first to uncover a Luxon beacon, an ancient artifact that shimmered with unknown power. Rejecting the worship of Lolth and the tyranny of the betrayer gods, they turned to the Luxon, a source of radiant potential. This choice gave rise to the Krynn Dynasty, built from the dread citadel of Gordranus and the vast caverns of the Underdark. With the beacon, they discovered the power of consecution, a process that binds souls to the Luxon and enables rebirth across generations. The dynasty's foundation was not just physical but spiritual. It was a culture designed to grow through memory, where death was not an end, but a step forward. At the heart of this movement stands Leylas Kryn, the Bright Queen and First Umavi. She has lived 8 lives since discovering the beacon, each forged through war, resilience, and clarity. Revered as a founder and protector, Leylas unified the scattered drow and founded the city of Rosohna above the ruins of Gordranus. Her wisdom has guided generations, but recent signs of erratic behavior have caused concern. Her long journey through consecution is wearing thin, and those closest to her fear the toll may finally be surfacing. The Kryn organize themselves into 12 noble dens, families not of blood but of shared soul lineage. When a consecrated soul dies within range of a beacon, it is reincarnated in a newborn nearby. As the child grows, memories begin to stir in a process called anamnesis. Through guidance, the soul reclaims its former wisdom and resumes its path. These souls are reunited with their den, and as lifetimes accumulate, the soul gains honor and status. Some souls eventually reach Akis, a point of chosen death to begin anew. The greatest among them become Umavi, perfected souls seen as exemplars of Kryn enlightenment. This cycle of rebirth shapes all aspects of Kryn life: governance, tradition, and identity. In Rosohna, the dens help rule alongside the Bright Queen, while new converts join denless until their path unfolds. The Kryn reject destiny in favor of freedom. To them, the Luxon is not a god that dictates fate, but a radiant force that celebrates the power of choice. Every moment is ripe with potential, and from that potential flows a mysterious energy known as dunamis. Dunamis fuels the arcane discipline of dunamancy, empowering spells that manipulate gravity, time, and probability. To the Kryn, this is not just magic, it is philosophy made manifest. Every action is a branch on the tree of futures, and every decision alters the shape of reality. Their worship lies in this belief, that each life is a path, and each path is sacred. Though consecution grants renewal, it is not without risk. Some souls, after too many lives, lose themselves, memories blur, identities fracture. The Kryn call this condition Tifros, a madness born of overburdened minds. Those who succumb to Tifros are quietly removed, sometimes given mercy, sometimes lost to the wilds. It is a truth few speak of, but one that haunts even the dynasty's highest ranks. Leylas Kryn herself, revered and ancient, has shown troubling signs. Her inner circle works to protect both her legacy and the stability of the dynasty, even as uncertainty grows. To protect its people and its sacred beacons, the Kryn maintain a formidable military, the Aurora Watch. Over 21,000 soldiers strong, this force is stationed across cities, the capital of Rosohna, and deep in the Underdark. Their warriors wear chitinous armor that clicks and buzzes in battle, earning them the nickname Cricks from outsiders. Elite units traverse the caverns using magically controlled purple worms, striking from beneath where enemies least expect it. They are defenders of more than land. They guard the legacy of lifetimes. When agents of the Dwendalian Empire stole 2 Luxon beacons, they did more than desecrate sacred ground. They struck at the soul of the dynasty. In response, the Kryn have mobilized. Their armies gather at the border, spies infiltrate western Wynendir, and assassins hunt those who would desecrate their faith. Among them, the Lens, an elite network of trained infiltrators, operates in silence, gathering intelligence and recovering what was taken. This is not expansion, it is redemption, and it will not be denied. The Kryn have begun forging new alliances, reaching out from their long isolation. They hire mercenaries from Shady Creek Run, purchase weapons from the Myriad, and seek powerful relics rumored to lie buried in Iselcross. Still, many in Xhorhas resist their rule. Nomadic tribes remain neutral, unconverted and unclaimed. The Bright Queen permits their distance, but watches them carefully. With war looming, neutrality may soon become betrayal. The dynasty's survival depends not just on strength, but on who they can bring into the light. The fate of the Krynn Dynasty does not rest on one soul alone. It is shaped by a constellation of voices, each driven by devotion, ambition, memory, or love. At the center stands the Bright Queen, Leilas Kryn. She has lived more lives than most can imagine, carrying the burden of memory through war, loss, and triumph. Quana, her partner across lifetimes, leads the armies of Rosohna with unshakable resolve. Quana remembers every life they shared and remains committed not just to the Queen's will, but to the ideal they once dreamed of together, a home beyond war. Though she obeys without hesitation, concern shadows her loyalty. In the arcane shadows moves Essek Thelis, a prodigy of dunamancy, whose brilliance has earned him influence and fear in equal measure. He walks the halls of the Bright Queen's court with careful grace, always thinking ahead. Essek serves the dynasty, but his gaze often drifts elsewhere, to secrets, to power, to the shape of time itself. Verin, Essek's younger brother, walks a different path. Where Essek is ambition, Verin is conviction. A commander in Bazoksan, he fights not for prestige, but for the honor of his people and the legacy of the dynasty. He seeks not power, but recognition, for his duty, his choices, and the strength of his beliefs. Olomon, known as Sunbreaker, leads from the front. His presence on the battlefield is unmistakable, his words few but thunderous. Though his soul has lived many lives, in this one he is a warrior through and through, a symbol of courage for those who follow. Abriana Mirim, called Sky Sibyl, is one of the oldest living Umavi and a voice of deep spiritual clarity. Though her current form invites mockery from those who value appearance, her insight is unmatched. She speaks often for the waste folk, the forgotten and the humble, reminding the court that wisdom is not always born from prestige. Professor Tus Wako drifts through the dynasty like a storm of ink and invention. Her mind never rests, consumed with the secrets of the Blightshore and the possibilities of war machines yet unmade. She is as brilliant as she is unpredictable, tolerated because her results speak louder than her methods. Together, these voices carry the light of the Luxon, not in perfect harmony but in vital tension. Their disagreements, hopes, and secrets shape the path of a nation that believes the future can be chosen, if only the right souls are there to guide it. The Kryn believe that when all Luxon beacons are reunited, the Luxon itself will awaken. It will speak the great question, known only to those who have lived many lives, and those who are ready will be chosen to leave this world behind and begin a new one. This is not myth, it is destiny shaped by choice. Every soul that walks the path of consecution moves toward that end, gathering clarity through rebirth until the Luxon deems them whole. The world may call them zealots, or heretics, or fools, but to the Kryn they are pilgrims. Their path is not fated, it is chosen. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the lore of Exandria, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, so you don't miss the next chapter in our journey. More history, more secrets, and more legends from across Wildemount, Tal'Dorei, and beyond.